What's going on, y'all? Guess what time it is? Summertime. That's right. Who doesn't love a good summertime? But if you're in Austin or Texas, summertime can be brutal if you are not ready for it. So in this video, we're going to cover 3 things that you should be doing in your apartment right now to prep for summer. Number 1, I've said this a lot, but it really bears repeating, and that is whatever bug spray you use, get your bug spray. I want you to go to all of your areas where you can open it up between the inside and the outside, right? If you can open it and be outside, this is where you want to apply the bug spray. Okay, so whether that's like a patio door, whether that's like a bedroom window, if you have a window in your bathroom, whatever. And I want you to take the bug spray, maybe a fresh scent, one of those good smells type of bug spray so that you're not just smelling like bug poison. And I want you to spray like the area around that door or that window, right? So if it's a window and you open a window from the bottom and it goes up, I want you to spray the bottom part there. Maybe also go up on the sides. Don't necessarily have to go and do the top of the window sill, but if you want to, hey, it doesn't hurt, right? If you have like a patio or a balcony door, I want you to spray like right at the baseline of where like the door and your floor meet, right? You don't really need to go all the way up the walls for that. Typically just staying at the bottom of the patio door is good enough, because here's the reason why. When it gets hot, even the bugs know it's hot, right? And they are looking for some shade, and they are looking for a cool place to go. So if you open up your window, if you open up your door, even if you have a screen door, and maybe there's a tiny little hole in that screen door and you don't know it, and bugs go through that little hole and they get caught, but while in between the screen and the glass, and they're like right there, and if they don't roast to death when you open your door before you even get to the screen door, they may come in because they've been trapped for a little bit, right? So make sure you take that bug spray, spray it along the bottom, maybe even along the sides. You should be golden, okay? Number 2, the second thing that I would say that you need to do to prepare your apartment for summer is your vents. Make sure you take a look like your AC vent, your heater vent, and make sure the filters are clean. If you haven't changed out your filter, switch that out. Do that now. You can reach out to your leasing office. Most of them just do it for free, or they'll give you the filter for free, or they'll come do it for free. Please check with your property to see what their rules are on that, but switch out your air filter. Switch out the air filter for the AC or the heater. Because if you have a dirty air filter, typically you just have like dust and lint and everything that builds up over time. And when you're trying to run your AC, if it's filthy, not as much air or air conditioned or cool air is going to make it through to your apartment. And so as the temperatures get warmer, as it gets hotter, as the humidity outside grows or increases, that comes into your apartment and your AC cannot keep up with it. And so therefore it always starts running. It just runs all day, all day, all day. You don't want that, because we're going to get in part 3, but you don't want that because then it can give you AC issues, right? You don't want AC issues when it is 104 degrees outside. So switch out your air filter. That's just a small change, just a small tweak that can go a really long way for the next 3 to 6, 7 months. Summers can be weird here. So it's sometimes not just 3 months. So make sure you take a look at that. If you haven't switched out your air filter and you've been in your apartment longer than 3 or 4 months, switch it out. Don't even guess. Just put it in the work order or visit the office, whatever, switch it out. If you've been in your apartment 3 months or more and you haven't switched it, switch it. If you've been in your apartment and you've never switched out the air filter, try to find a little duster. Maybe you can get a rag or get those little fuzzy dust buster things or whatever, and wipe down that vent first, because you're probably gonna have a buildup of dust on the vent anyway. Clean that off first, then go ahead and change your filter, okay? So then that takes us into number 3. The third thing you should do to prepare your apartment for summertime is, and this is not really anything to do With the apartment, it's more of like what to do as far as your behavior. And here's what I mean. If you are the type of person that you have like your AC running at night, because you like it cool and everything while you go to sleep, make the blankets and the covers feel so warm, cool. But in the morning, don't open your windows and your doors or anything anymore, because you're letting all that cool air out. Okay. And the reason why we kind of want to think about like our behaviors in this case is because maybe, I don't know what angle your apartment is facing, but maybe if the sun is just coming up and it shines directly into your apartment, maybe crack your blinds. I'm not saying keep them closed and live in a cave of darkness. I'm not saying that. But maybe not open them up completely so that the cool air that has accumulated in your apartment overnight stays a little bit longer. So as it gets hotter throughout the day, your AC doesn't have to work as much to cool the apartment down. Because just in full transparency, you kind of have to have that balance, because I don't know of too many air conditions that can cool down a 107-degree apartment in like 30 minutes or an hour or anything. It takes a while, especially if you are coming and going out of your apartment or opening windows or balconies or whatever, you do for your ritual or what you need to do for your routine to get your day started. It takes a minute for the apartment to cool down. Like a long minute. Like, don't count 60 seconds. Much, much longer than that. So try to find areas where you can keep the coolness in. I personally, I even alter the way that I cook. If we have to use like the oven or something like that, it's like, okay, hold on. It's about to be 107 degrees outside. What do we need to put the oven on for? Can we do it earlier? Can we do it later? Can we do it a day before? Whatever, right? So think about your habits, think about your behaviors. So the third thing, if I could wrap the third thing up, is like be mindful and adjust a little bit. And look, you don't have to, it's not saying to change your life forever, but just adjust for these 3 to 6 months, because it will make a difference. Another reason why I also say kind of pay attention to your behavior is sometimes it's really easy to think that the AC is not working, when really it could just be having a hard time keeping up, because I don't know, maybe it's 107, but you have your windows cracked, right? Close the window if you want to keep the heat in. Or excuse me, close the window if you want to keep the heat out and keep the air in, right? So just be aware, be mindful. Again, not anything you have to change forever, not anything that you're going to have to make major changes, to your life, but just, kind of be mindful for it. Now, if we go back to number one, the one thing I will say, number one being like, make sure you just spray the bug spray in like some of the barrier areas, as I'll call it, the barrier areas of your apartment. Is if you don't really care for that smell, you don't want to be around it, maybe you don't want your fur baby to be around, make sure they don't accidentally lick it up or anything like that. Do it right before you get ready to go out for the day, or if you're going to be gone for a little while, or if you're going to go do something for a few hours, do it then. Wash your hands and then head out. So therefore you don't have to deal with it. You don't have to smell it if you don't like the smell, but the apartment is taken care of. It's more protected than it would have been without it. So just want to give a quick tidbit on that. Hope it helps. If I've missed anything, or if maybe you want me to cover something a little bit more, go ahead and leave me a comment below. Happy to do it in a future video. If you're looking for help with your apartment search and you just kind of want someone to help you streamline and make it a bit easier, feel free to give myself and team a shout. Happy to do that. And if you're like, hey bro, we got it covered, but you probably want a few items in your apartment to kind of make it feel like home, go ahead and check out the description below. We have a couple links in there to make your search for furniture or anything like that a little bit easier. So with that being said, you stay awesome, stay cool, and stay amazing.